Hello, I'm a huge fan of online MMOs, so massive multiplayer online role-playing games. And I started with World of Warcraft, who didn't? Played that for a very long time, absolutely loved it. And then I moved on to other games and tried things like Rift, Warhammer Online, which was also really a lot of fun, Star Wars, Galaxies. I played quite a few. Most recently, I've been playing Neverwinter, which is always a favourite, even though they've changed things a little bit as far as progression is concerned. But I don't know, I'll give it a chance. And RuneScape, which is always really easy, accessible, and a lot of fun. And I also played just a lot of single player games, so you get things like Skyrim and that sort of stuff. I play a lot of console. I remember years and years ago they used to have like guidebooks for certain games, and in those guidebooks they have all the details of the characters and the creatures and the quests and loads and loads of maps. And I used to use those as source books for role playing games because it's got everything you need. It's got the quest ideas. It's got loads of text, loads of lore. It's got loads of maps which you can use to great effect. And I used that quite a lot. I had quite a few of the original Warcraft guidebooks, so I used to use those quite a lot. But yeah, I thought they were absolutely fantastic. So if you ever get a chance to pick up one of the old, I don't think they really do them anymore. I think they do them online. But if you get a chance to pick up one of those old guidebooks, computer game guidebooks, really cheaply, do so because it makes for a fantastic source book, and it works really, really well. It's a little bit of work to adapt it to the system of the game setting that you're using, but it actually works really, really well. I've tried role playing in those worlds, and of course, certain licensed worlds are dead easy, like Star Trek. So I played Star Trek Online for a while, and I think I preferred the starship combat in that more than the ground combat. But that was really good fun. And of course, Star Wars, both Galaxies and the Old Republic. So yeah, I played a lot of licensed games, but original games like Warcraft and Rift and what have you. That's a bit more difficult because translating those games into a actual tabletop role playing game, there's so much. You can't translate the system for a start. The game system, even though those games, as far as I'm aware, are inspired by old role playing games. But as far as the setting and everything's concerned, that's a whole different beast. I did try the original World of Warcraft role-playing game a long time ago. Didn't really get on with it. It was okay. But recently, and I've got it down here, yay! This has come out. It's the RuneScape. Let's get the light glare off there. There we go. It's the RuneScape core rulebook, RuneScape Kingdoms for the RuneScape MMO, which I'm playing again at the moment. I've got a really old character for it called Coulson, and I'm having great fun with him. It's a good fun game. The good thing about RuneScape is because it's browser based and it's really, really accessible. It's really easy to get into, and it's quite detailed and quite deep as well. It's got quite a nice lore. And this is actually a really good book. I love the way that I don't know if you can tell on the video, the areas are colour coded to know which section to go to, which is quite cool. The artwork is fantastic. There's some absolutely really wonderful artwork. This is ridiculous. This video is doing it no justice whatsoever. But there's some really good artwork in here, and it's a really well designed little game. And I like the way that there's on the creatures. You can get loot drops off creatures, so depending on what you're fighting against, depends on what you get as loot, which is really, really cool. The actual book itself, it's split up into lots of different sections, and of course, it's got quite a long development team, a mass of this light glare's winding me up. I need to get myself a proper lighting system. I really, really do. But it's got the entire background of the world of Gielinor, and which I really appreciate because I kind of enjoy uncovering the world as I'm playing the game. But this has got it all listed down, and this is going to be a great read. I'm actually having a couple of 3 hours this afternoon to sit down, put my feet up, and actually go through it. But it's got everything. It's got the rules, creating characters, even crafting. That's all in here as well, which is really cool. And then you've got quests and consequences, friends and foes, all sorts of bits and bobs and character sheets. So it's a really good looking book, really good weight. There's quite a lot to that. I reckon this book alone will probably keep you in adventures for quite a long time. Let me just disappear from the frame for a second. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what they follow up with, because I think Gielinor itself and this game system which they've chosen to do, which is a 3d6 roll low, so you add up your stats and your skills, etc., and then you roll 3d6 and you've got to roll less than the target number, which is quite cool. And I think as well, if I say I think, I'm giving it a proper read this afternoon. It's only players role, so which I think is really cool. I actually quite like that approach. So the GM can focus on what they're doing as far as the story is concerned. and keeping the narrative going. And then the players, everything is down to the players basically, which is really good. So how good they are will determine how the story flows. So I kind of like that. It's a good little design choice. So yeah, it's a good little game. But MMOs in general, yeah, I do like computer role-playing games. They are limited as far as what you can and can't do. Of course, you're actually limited by the boundaries of the world, and as far as what the mechanics of the actual game can do with the controllers and keyboard and what have you. Whereas, of course, role-playing is completely imagination. It's almost boundless. But a lot of the time what I appreciate in MMOs is the design. Sometimes the design world can be absolutely beautiful. That's why I like Warcraft. I think it's a very well designed world. And also the stories as well. So a lot of the story quests, even though, yeah, a lot of them can be fetch quests. Kill 10 of these and steal 15 of those. Oh yeah, well done. Now go do it again. Brilliant. But some of them have got nice little stories behind them, which is actually quite cool. So, But yeah, if you can get hold of those, if you can get hold of RuneScape Kingdoms, I do recommend it. I'm really enjoying it at the moment. I'm actually planning to get a short campaign on the go if we can fit it in. Possibly online. So if I can get an online game on the go and get some other people involved, I might be able to get that streamed. I'm not making any promises, depending on if I get the time and the players, of course. Everybody's very busy these days. So that's pretty much it. So yeah, another quick video. The point of this video is buy RuneScape Kingdoms, and if you can find any of the old guidebooks full of maps and quests and items and ideas, get hold of those as well. You'll find it's really, really beneficial to your game, and it'll give you a lot of stuff to work with. You can get on one page of maps. I actually got about 3 or 4 games out of it, and of course a lot of these games have got a lot of maps, so it is well worth trying to dig some of these things out. So yeah, so that's it. So thanks for listening. Ta-ra.